crash.
Crash.
I have to come back to it to start the broadcast, but now it's in restricted mode.
Oh, I have to refresh. I have to refresh it once.
But no, but if we go into YouTube,
I think there will be a copy of the voter registration form on the screen. There it is. If you follow along with the little red dot, then you'll be able to check and make sure your form's been filled out accurately. So on behalf of the League of Women Voters, congratulations on becoming United States citizens. And as a citizen, you are eligible to vote in local, state, and national elections. And the right to vote may be new for some of you, but it gives you the possibility of helping to decide who will lead our government. Please use your very best writing on the form, because if they cannot read it, they'll not be able to process the information. It is not required that you register to vote today. It is voluntary, but you will save yourself a lot of time and effort if you register today, because then your name will be at the polling place, the place where you go to vote in November. I'm sure you're all aware that there is a very big election happening in November. And by registering today, you will not have to wait first in a line to register and second in the line to actually vote. You'll be able to cut out one of those lines and save yourself a lot of time, believe me. Once you have registered, you do not need to register again every year. As long as you vote every 1 or 2 years, your name stays on the roster. You only need to fill out another registration form if you move or change your name, and then you would need to update your registration information. You have the Minnesota voter registration. Did anyone not get one or not find one in their envelope? And you have a ballpoint pen. If you are changing your name during this ceremony, if you have filled out all the proper information when you went for your interview at the USCIS, and that your citizenship paper is coming in your new name, that is the name you need to use on the voter registration form. When you get your citizenship paper at the end of the ceremony, check and make sure that the registration went through the way you expected it to. The name change, went through the way you expected it to. We will collect the forms with the help of our students at the exit doors as you are leaving. And I believe there are refreshments that will be outside of that exit door and that corner. And there also is a voting machine. So since you have not voted before, you may not realize what the voting machine actually looks like and how it works. So you will have the opportunity to look at that machine and see just how it manages your ballot when you go to vote in November. We will collect the forms, as I mentioned, and take them directly to the Secretary of State's office following this ceremony. They send them to the county, and the county processes the information. And if they can read everything, if they you remember to sign it, you will receive a small postcard that looks like this in the mail. I understand some counties use blue, some green, some pink, and some white. So just watch for a postcard that has a lot of very tiny print on one side, but on the addressee side, there is information telling you you are registered to vote and where you will go to vote on election day. We hope that you become active participants in the political process, learn about the candidates and the issues, and feel free to ask questions, and feel free to voice your own opinion, because democracy does work best when we are all involved. Looking at the form that's on the screen, and following the little red dot, line 1, you may mark, yes, you are a citizen, because we will not take these from you until you are. Line 2, are you 18 years of age or older? It's my understanding you have to be 18 to go through today's ceremony, so check the yes box on line 2. Line 3 is your name. Your last name followed by your first name and your middle name if you have one. And again, if you are changing your name during this ceremony, if your citizenship paper is coming in your new name, that's the name you need to use on the voter registration form. Line 4 is your address, the street number, apartment number if you have one, followed by your city and your zip code. Line 5 only needs to be filled out if you receive your mail at a post office box or at an address different from where you live. Line 6 is your date of birth. It's that American style with the month, excuse me, the month first, then the day, and then the year. In the middle of the line is school district. That does not mean where you went to school or where you go to school. It means this is a district where you live and you will be able to vote for school board members in that district. If you know the number of the district, write it in. If you don't, you can write in your city's name or you can leave it blank. At the end of the line is county, not country, county. A little hard to see, the lights aren't bright enough. If you live in Minneapolis, you live in Hennepin County. If you live in St. Paul, you live in Ramsey County. If you live in a different city and do not know your county's name, ask us, we can look it up. Section 7 is very important. It is a security check. It makes sure you are who you say you are and that you are eligible to vote. So check the box that you will be using for your identity. If you own a Minnesota driver's license or a Minnesota state ID card, check the top box. And in the 12 boxes that follow, at the end of that line, write in the number that is below your picture on either that Minnesota driver's license or that Minnesota ID card. Then if you do not own one, but you do have a social security number, check the second box and write just the last 4 numbers of your social security number in the 4 boxes at the end of that line. And if you don't own either of those any of those 3 documents, the license, the ID card, or have a social security number, check the 3rd box. Then you will be checked on to make sure that you are eligible to vote. The next section, called registration updates, is not for you. That is only for people who have registered to vote before and have moved or changed their name. As you are just becoming citizens today, that should be left blank. If you accidentally wrote something in, just draw a line through it. It will be fine. Then read the statements that you are swearing to and sign your name by the X near the bottom of the form. Sign it now. You're going to be way too excited at the end of the ceremony to remember to sign it then. Let us know if you have any questions. We'll be happy to check your form to make sure that it's been filled out accurately. Please return the ballpoint pens and then put the form somewhere where it's very easy to pull out as you are leaving. And again, enjoy the refreshments and be sure to check out that voting machine. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Officer Pfluger. I'm a representative with the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. I have some important announcements before the ceremony begins. You are invited to use your camera to take as many pictures as you like. Men should remove their hats or the caps unless worn for religious reasons. All cell phones should be turned off. When you receive your certificate at the end of the ceremony, please check to see that your name is spelled correctly, your birth date is correct, and if you have changed your name, your new name appears on the certificate, and you have a sealed copy of your name change petition inside the sleeve with your certificate. If there are corrections, please contact a CIS representative immediately so that we may investigate the discrepancies. In 2 weeks, you should contact the Social Security Administration to update your citizenship and immigration status. All interpreters who are accompanying an applicant should adhere to the following instructions when the oath of allegiance is administered. When directed by the judge, instruct the applicant to stand, raise their right hand, and repeat the oath of allegiance. As the judge is administering the oath of allegiance in English, interpret the oath to the applicant in his or her own language, giving the applicant sufficient time to repeat each line of the oath. Congratulations in advance.
All rise. The United States District of Minnesota is now in session. The Honorable Catherine A. Constantine presiding.
Please be seated. Good afternoon, and welcome to this naturalization ceremony and special session of the court. My name is Catherine Constantine, and I'm a judge of the United States Bankruptcy Court for the District of Minnesota. Today, very soon, I will greet you all as citizens of the United States of America, a status which confers both protections and responsibilities. The first time I attended a naturalization ceremony, I sat where you're sitting right now. I sat beside my parents and watched and cheered as they became citizens of the United States. Today, we will welcome 20 new citizens. You come from 16 different countries from all parts of the globe. I am also pleased to introduce our other participants in today's ceremony. They are Ms. Bell and Ms. McLean of the Office of the Clerk of the United States District Court, and Melissa Pfluger and other staff from the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services Office, I should say. I've already heard the national anthem, so typically we would stand for that, but instead we will go to the welcome by Molly, a Southview Middle School student. Molly, are you around someplace?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Molly. I am an 8th grader here at Southview Middle School, and this is my second year in Dare to Be Real, a group of anti-racist student leaders. On behalf of our Edina community, I'd like to say congratulations to you all. We all know you have worked so hard, and this is the moment you have been waiting for. As author Paul Greenberg says, today is a very special occasion, a kind of baptism, wedding, confirmation, commencement, 4th of July, and Thanksgiving, all rolled into one. We are glad to be here to honor and celebrate your new citizenship, and know that you are proof of this country is still the country it is set out to be as its founding. Have an amazing rest of the day. Congratulations. Thank you.
I will now read the names of each country represented by today's applicants, and I ask each of you to stand as your native land is read, and then please remain standing until all countries are named. Then it will be time for the oath. I'm putting on my glasses so I can see you when you stand up. Bosnia-Herzegovina. Canada. Ethiopia. India. Kenya. Laos. Latvia. People's Republic of China. Nepal. Nigeria. Russia. United Kingdom. Burma. Guyana. Ghana. Somalia. The Gambia. Please remain standing while Allison Pfluger, our lead Immigration Services Officer, makes a motion on behalf of the United States.
Your Honor, if it pleases the court, the government recommends the oath of allegiance be administered to 20 applicants for naturalization who have been interviewed and whose applications have been approved. They are permanent residents of the United States and have resided with the St. Paul, Minnesota district for the required 3-month period. They are persons of good moral character who are attached to the principles of the Constitution and form of government of the United States. The government recommends that the court administer the oath of allegiance as required by law so that the applicants may be admitted to citizenship and that the name changes requested in the petitions be granted.
It is with great pleasure that I grant your motion. And now I will administer the oath of citizenship. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I give up and surrender any allegiance to any king, queen, or prince, or to any state or country which I have held up until this day, that as a citizen of the United States, I will, when lawfully directed, bear arms or perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States, or I will, when directed, perform non-military service on behalf of the United States. I take these obligations freely, without any purpose of evasion, and declare today that I am a citizen of the United States of America. So help me God. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to be the first to congratulate you on your new citizenship. We in the United States courts applaud you for all of the work and achievements that have led to this day. I also want to acknowledge the struggles and hardships that were necessary in making this day possible. War and revolution brought some of you to this country seeking safety. All of you have left your homeland, family, and good friends. You have had to find a home and a job. You have had to adjust to a new culture and a new way of life. I know for many of you, this oath of citizenship represents a dream come true. You may have had this dream since childhood. Perhaps it came to you only as an adult. It is my sincere wish for each of you on this very special day that you will continue to dream and that all of your dreams come true. I realize that for many of you, a difficult part of the oath of allegiance you just took is the part where you renounced allegiance to any foreign state or sovereignty. This means that you must no longer swear allegiance to the government of any other country. But you do not need to give up your heartfelt love for the country where you were born, the people who live there, and its history and its culture. And we encourage you to keep alive the memories, the traditions, the dress, and the food you grew up with, even as you learn more of those of the United States and adopt them for your own as well. You will be free to do all of these things. This freedom to follow many and different cultures is treasured in the United States. Make the most of it without doubt, without regret. You will become another part of the huge pattern of humanity that the United States has always been. Our country has always been stronger and has become stronger from its diversity. You are free to think on your own and to form your own opinions. You may openly voice these opinions even if very few people agree with you. You are free to work where you want to work, to read what you want to read, to say what you want to say. And you are free to believe what your heart tells you to believe, to openly adhere to any religion or to no religion at all. There is no single American way to think or believe. Indeed, having only one way of thought and belief throughout our United States would be contrary to the underlying principles of this great nation. As an American citizen, you are free to follow your own path, wherever it may lead you. But with that freedom also comes responsibility. The freedom of democracy comes with the responsibility to participate in the democratic process by voting and by educating yourselves so that you can make informed choices when you vote. Democracy only works when its members, all of you, have developed their thoughts and opinions to the point that they can share them by casting a ballot. Make your own choices. Don't make them out of fear or out of hatred. Make them out of knowledge. Learn as much as you can about the candidates and the issues in any election in which you vote. Thomas Jefferson, our third president, said that a people cannot expect to be both ignorant and free. He meant, of course, that the citizens of a democracy must become as educated as possible in order to make the best choices for themselves and for their country. If we choose our leaders wisely, our leaders will respect all of us in preserving the freedoms that we cherish. And that underlines one other responsibility of citizens in a democracy. Use your schools to educate yourselves in all ways that you can. Make sure that your children, girls and boys alike, gain as much education as they can. The United States has one of the most respected educational systems in the world. Our public schools and our public colleges and universities are there for you. The freedom of democracy also carries a responsibility to your community, to those around you. Democratic societies only work when the people who live there get along, when they're tolerant of one another. Please care for your family and for your neighbors, and be kind to the people around you. Extend a caring hand to those in need, those who do not have as much as you have. Give freely of your time as a volunteer. We here in Minnesota give more of our time as volunteers than anywhere else in the United States. We invite you to join us in that. Our country will only continue to thrive as a great nation if we do these things. As new citizens, you can set an example of compassion and tolerance for everyone to follow. Our wish for all of our new citizens today is that you have and develop that pride and that love of your adopted country that this country has for its people, now including you. Each of you has our best wishes as you begin your life as an American citizen. Congratulations. And now a message from our President Obama.
It's an honor and a privilege to call you a fellow citizen of the United States of America. This is now officially your country, your home to protect, to defend, and to serve through active and engaged citizenship. Together, we are a nation united not by any one culture or ethnicity or ideology, but by the principles of opportunity, equality, and liberty that are enshrined in our founding documents. Today marks a very special day in your life. You've traveled a long path to get here. You've sworn a solemn oath to this country, and now you have all the rights of citizenship. With the privileges of citizenship, though, come great responsibilities. And so I ask that you use your freedoms and your talents to contribute to the good of our nation and the world. Always remember that in America, no dream is impossible. Like the millions of immigrants who have come before you, you have the opportunity to enrich this country through your contributions to civic society, business, culture, and your community. You can help write the next great chapter in our American story. And together we can keep the beacon that is America burning bright for all the world to see. I am proud to welcome you as a new citizen of this country. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless the United States of America.
I ask Alyssa, Lizzie, Ava, and Olga, students at the Southview Middle School here, to come up with me and join me in leading the Pledge of Allegiance. And while we're waiting for them, I would state that in the United States, as you all know, we cherish the flag that has flown over us in peace and in war. It's a symbol of our union, the coming together of many different parts in one single strong country. And now, please join these students from Southview Middle School and me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag and to our country's principles. Please stand. Nicely done, thank you. Please be seated. This is truly a wonderful day. I'd like to thank the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services staff, members of the League of Women Voters, the students, teachers, and other staff in the Southview Middle School. Sorry, I'm having a hard time with that today. Southview Middle School, and all other persons from the Twin City community who have worked hard on making today's event so very special. So welcome, everyone here. The story of America goes on with you. For the presentation certificates, please remain seated for presentation by the CIS staff. If any of you would like to have a photo with the flag and with me or with your family, Ms. Bell from the district court will show you where to line up. Congratulations, we're adjourned.
I get this?